Good morning. I'm Colin Brooks.
And I'm Mallory Ebert.
And this is your UNA Monthly News Update.
With spring break right around the corner, students may begin to mentally check out. SGA wants to make sure that students stay focused until midterms are over.
The University of North Alabama Student Government Association are supporting students as many prepare for midterms before spring break. The Student Welfare Committee hosted a table in the Gilead University Center, informing students about various resources on campus like the university's Zen Den as well as the on-campus food pantry. Alanis Armstead, a student senator on the Welfare Committee, says why these tables are important for UNA students.
So students know the community they have behind them and the resources that they have during exams and during spring break and just other events and times in their life as well.
If you need an extra burst of energy, Student Welfare has you covered. At this table between 11 and 1, students can come and enjoy a boost of energy to help get them through the rest of their tests. Joshua Drake, an interior and architectural design student, says that these types of events are very helpful during midterms.
It's great during midterms, especially being thirsty or tired with all the assignments and studying we have to do.
As midterms approach, student government is making sure students have the support they need, from energy boost to mental wellness resources. From the campus of University of North Alabama, I'm Olivia Britton, UNA campus reporter.
The UNA student government has also been hard at work allocating student fees. Many students have complaints about high tuition costs, but SGA is open to answer any questions. Students at the University of North Alabama may wonder where the fees they pay go. The Student Government Association's Chief of Staff, Olivia Britton, provides some insight on student activity fees moving forward.
56 of the $900 goes towards student activities fees. And so we're looking to potentially raise that, but also raise the benefits that come with that. So when that fee's raised, you get a better spring concert artist, you get better programs, you get better quality of School of the Art events, so things like that.
Student government has an open door policy during their meetings. Let's take a look at what goes on during one. Student leaders are causing change at the University of North Alabama. The Student Government Association Executive Council met this past week to review their Senate agenda. The SGA newsletter and resolution for more parking on campus, the Executive Council meets every Tuesday to properly prepare before Senate the following Thursday. Eleanor Fitz, the SGA pro tempore, talks about the importance of the Executive Council meeting each week.
And then it's important that we get stuff done ahead of Senate just to make sure that we're respectful of everyone's time and working out the smaller details so that the Senate as a whole can look at the big picture.
Self-defense classes are growing in popularity. While they are important, many students are apprehensive because these classes are usually costly. Reporter Hal Driscoll has the story.
Day, UNA's Education Abroad program hosted a free student safety and self-defense class to equip solo travelers with the knowledge and confidence to protect themselves in new places. 2 campus police officers were present at the class to teach students various simple skills to protect themselves. Alexandria Beckerwright, the Education Abroad and International Partnership Coordinator, emphasizes the importance of self-defense no matter who you are.
Officers want to give you things that you're going to remember that are easy and that are going to be able to help you in different situations. So that means no matter how big, how small, how tall you are, that you're going to be able to defend yourself in some way, shape, or form.
Raven Sanders is a junior at UNA who attended the class. She believes that the most important part of events like these is their ability to provide students with a backup plan.
I think the most important part of having an event like this is just being able to have that safety net, because if you're just going out like on your own, no one's there to help you. You need something in your corner.
For students interested in upcoming events like this one, more information can be found at una.campusgroups.com. In Florence, Alabama, I'm Hal Driscoll, UNA campus reporter.
Now, our very own Olivia Britton is going to give us a look at the highs and lows coming up this week. And I think this is something you're going to want to pay attention to.
Thank you so much, Colin. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at our average lows in Florence this week. Monday, we're definitely starting off a little bit cooler, just under 60 degrees, but this weekend is going to be a great time to get outside as the low temperatures are going to be in the low 70s. Come back and we're going to be with the full forecast here in just a little bit, where we will look at plans for this weekend as well as the next 7 days. Back to you, Colin.
It's tornado season, and in the past few weeks alone, we have seen 5 in the Shoals area. Student reporter Ty Coulter lets us know how we can prepare.
Historically, March and April signify the beginning of spring, but in Alabama, it also means the height of tornado season. The University of North Alabama got its first taste of extreme weather back in February. UNA's response to any severe weather is headed by UNA Police and Public Safety. As they receive briefings from local EMA departments, they prepare, and if the time comes, they issue an alert via the line alert system to get everyone to their nearest storm shelter. Even with the clear protocol, Administrative Sergeant at the UNA Police Department, Greg Kirby, believes one of the toughest parts of the process is to not have any false sense of security and be caught off guard.
I think sometimes we get in this false sense of it ain't gonna happen here. You know, we have a threat of tornadoes or inclement weather, and we assume it ain't gonna happen, and then it does, and then we're caught off guard.
While some students may critique the process, most students like MJ, a sophomore here at UNA, believes the process is great, but could use a little work.
I think they do a great job. They could do more, but at the same time, just making sure everybody gets into the lobby.
With tornado season around the corner, UNA PD stresses to be weather aware and don't rely on just one source for your weather news. From Florence, Alabama, I'm Ty Holder, UNA Campus reporting.
That is all we have for now, but we will be back with more news updates after the break.
My whole life has been about making an impact. Not just on the field, but in the world around me. My high school Spanish teacher helped me find my true calling to educate and serve others all over the world. Today, I'm right where I belong, and I'm headed where I'm meant to be.
Growing up with older brothers, I learned how to speak up for myself. I also learned that having a strong support system means everything. In high school, I found my calling during an internship at a local hospital. It's weird. And I knew this is what I was made for. So when it came time to find the right school, North Alabama was the perfect fit. Here, I'm listened to, empowered, and prepared for the future.
I guess you could say I've always been a driven person. When I was 8, I was selling bookmarks to my classmates and running a lawn care business in my neighborhood. So when it came to pursuing my dream of working in finance, I thought, the bigger the school, the bigger the chance of success. But I was wrong. North Alabama's business program pushes me every day to seek out new innovation and commit to what always works.
Today, I'm right where I belong, and I'm headed where I'm meant to be.
I've never been afraid of a little attention. And while being the life of the party has always come easy, choosing what to do with my life after high school, now that was a different story. But once I visited North Alabama, all of that changed. I was the first person in my family to go to college, so the guidance I received here was critical. Today, I'm putting my gifts to work by earning my bachelor's in communications.
And headed into my next chapter with everything I need to succeed.
Where does our ambition come from? In what places do we find the inspiration to move forward, to grow, to dream? On the quiet banks of the Tennessee River, North Alabama offers more than 200 programs, endless opportunities to earn your degree, find your path, and move forward in your journey. Find out more by visiting una.edu.
While we should all be prepared for the weather scares during these spring months, we also have warm weather celebrations to look forward to. Spring has sprung, and with it comes a burst of bright and beautiful colors that bring nature to life. In celebration of the arrival of spring and to boost morale, the University of North Alabama's University Program Council is hosting Holi, the Festival of Colors. This Hindu tradition symbolizes joy, new beginnings, and the renewal of communities through the vibrant practice of tossing colorful powders. Crimson Jones, the co-curricular planner for UPC, expresses her excitement to bring culture to campus with this event.
Holi, which is an event where we come together and we're throwing powder and color at one another to kind of like release stress and just kind of be with those around us that we care about.
Students are gathered to take a break from midterms to experience a colorful explosion of happiness. As you can see, this area is covered with bright clouds of color that exemplify carefree joy and the release of stress. Shreya Sharma, a UPC navigator, enjoys bringing her culture to the U.S. and creating unity out of this event.
The event is about togetherness and unity, where everybody forgives each other and comes together, men's relationships, and as a whole, they celebrate this.
It is always touching to see a college campus thrive with the inclusivity of other cultures while also sharing the meaning behind events like these. I'm Mallory Ebert, UNA Campus Reporter.
The Festival of Holi only happens once every school year. You missed out? No worries. You can swing by UPCS Bingo Bango event that happens once a month. Fills the air as students grab their bingo cards, hoping to be the next lucky winner. The University Program Council at North Alabama hosts the event Bingo Bango once a month to improve student engagement. This event brings out crowds of students eager to play, socialize, and win big prizes. Zane Thompson, the Student Union's activity planner, says events like these lead to happier student life on campus.
It keeps the students engaged and it leads to a happier student life on campus.
It's on you.
Another important event for student engagement is the Light the Fountain. The community looks forward to this night each spring, but this year they were faced with some challenges.
The University of North Alabama has been gearing up for their annual Light the Fountain event, but due to the threat of rain, there won't be any foot traffic here tonight. The university has decided to push back the event to a later date, much to the disappointment of students. With the sun shining brightly and no signs of rain in the immediate forecast, students are left questioning the decision. UNA band member, freshman Emmeline Tyree, expressed her disdain about the schedule change.
I'm actually so mad about the fact that Light the Fountain got moved to Tuesday because we have a Una Voce concert, surround sound, at the same time, and now we can't go. Now I can't go to the Light the Fountain.
Last year's Light the Fountain event left attendees soaked from the rain. However, today's forecast calls for clear skies, so why reschedule it?
Freshman Alex McLeod felt the same frustrations.
To be honest, it kind of hurt me because it's not really storming or doing anything like that, so it's kind of like...
While the change in schedule may have left students frustrated, the university believes it is better to be safe than sorry. Light the Fountain will be held on Tuesday, March 18th from 6:30 to 9 p.m. instead. You can find more information on campus groups. With the University of North Alabama, this is Addie Broadfoot.
Eating disorders are a hard topic to talk about. UNA is spreading awareness and uplifting voices one bracelet at a time. This week is National Eating Disorder Awareness Week. With the occasion, the Mitchell Center for Social Inclusion and Center for Women's Studies at the University of North Alabama held an event on Monday and Tuesday to spread awareness about the topic. The event also told attendees about the resources at UNA that can help if you have an eating disorder and allowed students to make bracelets and paint rocks. Allison Bergner, Associate Director of the Mitchell West Center for Social Inclusion, hopes that the biggest thing people get out of the event is to know the signs of eating disorders and the resources that UNA offers.
Yes, so eating disorders are particularly prevalent for women and girls, especially college age, and so we just want to make sure that students on campus know the signs
YMCA isn't just for indoor swimming and rec league basketball. Let's check out one of the many programs they host there. Terry Neesmith is changing the world one workout at a time. 6 years ago, the YMCA of the Shoals began a Fit to Fight program to help cancer patients stay active. The 12-week workout class has since helped countless individuals balance life, treatments, and staying healthy. This week, the group celebrated the halfway point in their new workout regimen. Terry Neesmith, personal fitness trainer and Fit to Fight coordinator, reflects on the positive impacts that this program has offered her clients.
Making a difference in their lives. Their quality of life is better. You know, some of them have goals to lose weight or be able to walk that mile. And in the end, you see all that. And then you get to celebrate their achievements, and that's what I like to do.
My whole life has been about making an impact. Not just on the field, but in the world around me. My high school Spanish teacher helped me find my true calling, to educate and serve others all over the world. Today, I'm right where I belong, and I'm headed where I'm meant to be.
Growing up with older brothers, I learned how to speak up for myself. I also learned that having a strong support system means everything. In high school, I found my calling during an internship at a local hospital. And I knew this is what I was made for. So when it came time to find the right school, North Alabama was the perfect fit. Here, I'm listened to, empowered, and prepared for the future.
I guess you could say I've always been a driven person. When I was 8, I was selling bookmarks to my classmates and running a lawn care business in my neighborhood. So when it came to pursuing my dream of working in finance, I thought, the bigger the school, the bigger the chance of success. But I was wrong. North Alabama's business program pushes me every day to seek out new innovation and commit to what always works.
Today, I'm right where I belong, and I'm headed where I'm meant to be.
I've never been afraid of a little attention. And while being the life of the party has always come easy, choosing what to do with my life after high school, now that was a different story. But once I visited North Alabama, all of that changed. I was the first person in my family to go to college, so the guidance I received here was critical. Today, I'm putting my gifts to work by earning my bachelor's in communications.
And heading into my next chapter with everything I need to succeed.
Where does our ambition come from? In what places do we find the inspiration to move forward, to grow, to dream? On the quiet banks of the Tennessee River, North Alabama offers more than 200 programs, endless opportunities to earn your degree, find your path, and move forward in your journey. Find out more by visiting una.edu.
Now to Grant Wakefield with your sports update.
Thank you, Colin. Let's get right into it. Esports has been growing on the University of North Alabama campus over the last few years. UNA Esports is a club team on campus, but is nationally renowned for their play. Recently, that team got to show off their talents at UNA men's basketball game, an event that organizers have been planning for months. Following inspiration from Mississippi State, the UNA Esports team was able to compete in a Rocket League match against ASUN Faux Central Arkansas, live on the Jumbotron during the basketball game. Spring is here, and that means it's time to hit the courts.
Spring is here, and that means it's time to hit the courts. The North Alabama men's tennis team showed up and showed out against the visiting Alabama A&M Bulldogs. A huge victory was gained in doubles action, followed by competitive singles matches. Aitor Perez, head coach of the men's tennis team for UNA.
Yeah, I think the thing that I like the most is how intense we were from the start. That's something we've struggled sometimes, and we talk about it, and we lost a couple of games double, so we just came hungry, and that was awesome to see. That's probably the highlight of today.
The North Alabama Lions took another victory on the court.
The North Alabama Lions take another win on the court against the visiting North Florida Ospreys. The 83-70 victory on February 13th brought the Lions their fourth consecutive win. Leading the charge was UNA's own Cornelius Williams, Jakari Lane, and Daniel Ortiz, who had a combined 51 points in the game. With a win going into the weekend, however, Coach Poole and his Lions are looking.
Yeah, for us, what I want is our guys to just be locked in and be prepared for the opponent that's coming in, and that's Jacksonville, the most important game of the year, right? It's the next one on the schedule. So.
The weather in Florence, Alabama might still be cold, but the college basketball season is only heating up. The University of North Alabama continued their tradition this season on Monday night as they held their annual UNA Basketball Night, hosted by Lost Pizza of the Shoals. This event allows Lions fans to gather in downtown in live fashion. We're tuned to 93.9 The Score for updates and team insight from coaches and players. 7 years since the Division I transition, the UNA men's basketball team celebrated their best D1 season ever. Players like Jakari Lane, Will Susie, and Tay Fields led the way for UNA. And it was a team that set records this season. 24 wins, 14 ASUN wins, and an ASUN regular season championship are just some highlights of the Lions season. The Lions fell 75-65 to top-seeded Lipscomb in the ASUN championship game, and the season ultimately came to an end with a 72-61 loss to Bradley in the NIT tournament. And speaking of ASUN championship, special shout-out to the UNA men's team, won the first ever conference tournament championship over the weekend.
Wow, congratulations to them, man.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. More UNA news in 5 after the break.
My whole life has been about making an impact. Not just on the field, but in the world around me. My high school Spanish teacher helped me find my true calling, to educate and serve others all over the world. Today, I'm right where I belong, and I'm headed where I'm meant to be.
Growing up with older brothers, I learned how to speak up for myself. I also learned that having a strong support system means everything. In high school, I found my calling during an internship at a local hospital. It's weird. And I knew this is what I was made for. So when it came time to find the right school, North Alabama was the perfect fit. Here, I'm listened to, empowered, and prepared for the future.
I guess you could say I've always been a driven person.
When I was 8, I was selling bookmarks to my classmates and running a lawn care business in my neighborhood. So when it came to pursuing my dream of working in finance, I thought, the bigger the school, the bigger the chance of success. But I was wrong. North Alabama's business program pushes me every day to seek out new innovation and commit to what always works.
Today, I'm right where I belong, and I'm headed where I'm meant to be.
I've never been afraid of a little attention. And while being the life of the party has always come easy, choosing what to do with my life after high school, now that was a different story. But once I visited North Alabama, all of that changed. I was the first person in my family to go to college, so the guidance I received here was critical. Today, I'm putting my gifts to work by earning my bachelor's in communications.
And headed into my next chapter with everything I need to succeed.
Where does our ambition come from? And what places do we find the inspiration to move forward, to grow, to dream? On the quiet banks of the Tennessee River, North Alabama offers more than 200 programs, endless opportunities to earn your degree, find your path, and move forward in your journey. Find out more by visiting una.edu.
Have you ever wanted to attend a film festival? Well, luckily for you, the Foreign Language Department is hosting one right in our backyard. As winter comes to an end and springtime begins just around the corner, the annual French Film Festival is kicking off the event with its brand new and hand-picked lineup of films ranging from cult classics to newly released films. The University of North Alabama Foreign Language Department is holding the French Film Festival's 8th annual year, and that will be a showing a variety of hand-picked favorite French films that range from dramas, documentaries, sci-fi, and thrillers. The head organizer of the French Film Festival, Stephanie Coker, discusses about what audiences can expect from this year's lineup of films. After being out for a semester, the University of North Alabama's Ascending Voices Choir is back on campus. Ascending Voices is a gospel choir student organization with the goal of evangelizing and spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ through singing and fellowship. The president of the Ascending Voices Choir, Elijah Winston, says the organization is a place where people can worship God with like-minded community.
There are many people who, whenever they leave home to come here, they don't have a church home. They don't have a place to be able to fellowship and come with other people and come to other people that have a similar mindset like them. So with Ascending Voices, that allows them to be able to worship God with people who also want to worship God.
And if anybody has any weekend plans, Ascending Voices Gospel Choir actually has a concert April 26th. It's going to be at Trinity Missionary Baptist Church. So
That's so
awesome.
fun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna attend that.
Yeah, they're a dope choir.
Yeah.
So thank you all. This has been UNA's News Update. I'm Colin Brooks.
And I'm Mallory Ebert.
And we'll see you again next time.